Hi, I'm here today to walk you through some basic steps in assembling your new Colosimo's press. First thing we do is we take the adapter, should have come with your press, we take the adapter, slide it through the lock ring, and simply tighten it on to whatever unit or whatever piece of equipment you're coming off of. In this case we're coming off just a 32 mixer grinder. So that's the first step, and this will apply to whether you're coming off, as I said, a mixer grinder or a stuffer. So the first thing we want to do is just get the adapter properly in place, and what we will do is build out from the adapter. So once we've got that snug, the next step in assembling the Colosimo's press is to simply take the cone, the diffusing cone. The diffusing cone simply screws into the unit as such. What we like to do is get it in past parallel, and then we like to bring it to parallel, and then we back it off 1, 2, 3 times. This is a very critical step, and you'll see why in just one second. What we're making today are breakfast patties, and so what we will simply do at this point, we will take our patty die, which is the one you see here, secure it into the bottom portion of the housing. From there we will simply bring the bottom up to fit in the seam on the adapter. We'll take the top piece, drop it down on top, and what we've done is made a clamshell, a secure connection with the Colosimo's original press. That's important and critically important that when you tighten these wing nuts down, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll think that it's the wing nuts that provide the pressure to hold the unit in place. That's not necessarily so. What we want are these wing nuts basically hand tight. Okay. And then at this stage of the game, what we're going to do to secure the die in the housing is simply take the entire unit, spin it one time, counterclockwise, bring it to level, and that's what secures the die into the housing. At that point, we're basically ready to go. It's just a simple matter of attaching the extrusion ramp. We like to attach it at about a 45-degree angle, maybe a little bit shallower. But you can vary that depending on the product that you're making and the speed at which you want product to run out. The next step in the process is to simply take a roll of paper, put it underneath the unit itself. You'll find that the paper hanger rod simply slides through to secure the paper in place. Make sure that the two ridges in the paper holder are secured on either side of the bottom part of the press. You'll see what I mean when you put it together. And then essentially what we do is just feed the paper through the slot. Pull a little bit out just to get us started. And at that point we're ready to extrude whatever product we're making, whether it be burgers, chubs, patties, snack sticks, breakfast links, whatever it may be. As I mentioned before, what we're making here today are breakfast patties. And so we'll go ahead and run out a strip of the breakfast patties. At this point you'll notice that the paper is waxed and lined at 4 inches. We do that for portion control. What we like to do is run out our product in strips that will fit a tray, and we can stack them however many we'd like to stack for either retail presentation or wholesale packaging. At this point we would just run them out, cut them to the length of the tray, stack them, freeze them, and from there we cut them. If you're making jerky products, just be advised that the paper that we use can go into a smokehouse up to 245 degrees. So you have your choice of either leaving the product on the paper, but mostly what people do is they'll just flip it over, the product over onto their cook trays. That way you get a nice even cooking or browning effect from top and bottom. But just so you're aware of it, the paper is safe to use in the smokehouse up to 245 degrees.